This is New Amsterdam Season 5, Episode 5 discussion / review titled Grabby Hands. And these last couple episodes reminded me of classic OG New Amsterdam. Let's talk about it.
Live life for the fight, yeah, I'm here to get it. I got drive, got sight, always have a vision. I go by at night, I be in my feelings, I'm a big fight.
I am not mad at New Amsterdam with these last couple episodes, man. I'm just being real. Had they done this, like after season 2, we probably could have gotten maybe another 1 or 2 seasons out of New Amsterdam, but they did not. So it is what it is. But these last couple episodes have been great, in my opinion. It was very reminiscent of the OG classic New Amsterdam from seasons 1 and 2, and I am not mad at that. This episode started off where we see Max and Luna in the kitchen, and Max is teaching Luna about these grabby hands because she grabbed the knife and cut herself. Now, a little bit, I feel like it's kind of Max's fault. Now, even though Luna was running rampant because kids are going to be kids and they're going to be disruptive and stuff like that, but Max should have never left the knife unattended with Luna, having the grabby hand. He should have never left the knife unattended for her to be able to grab it. But it's a good thing it wasn't too deep. It was kind of just like a small gash on her index finger, and they kind of sewed that up. And, it was nice to see her. Oh, Auntie Lauren. It was nice. I love seeing Luna. She's growing up so much. It was nice. And her and Max's relationship is fantastic. I love it. But that also leads into the case this episode, which these 3 people come in, they're residents of this rundown building, but they have some kind of nitrate poisoning. I can't remember exactly what, but I know it's some kind of nitrate poisoning. And that also led into the case this episode. 3 people came in with some kind of nitrate poisoning. I'm not entirely sure what the first name of it was, but anyway, it was some kind of nitrate poisoning, but it was supposed to be like super rare, but 3 people came in with it, and that kind of lead Floyd to go check out the building. And if I'm not mistaken, I want to say it's kind of reminiscent of what happened in his father's building, so that may be why he was a little bit more invested in everybody else. And he decided to check out this building, and lo and behold, he comes into this woman is telling him about the building and everything. And if you don't know, that's Mr. Kaplan from The Blacklist. And if you haven't seen The Blacklist, you should definitely watch it. It's a fantastic show. But I thought that was a nice Easter egg or callback because, Max also played Tom Keene on The Blacklist, which is, I love it. I love The Blacklist. But anyway, Floyd is talking to her, and he starts talking to some of the other residents in the building, and there's a bunch of problems going on with this building, man. So Floyd talks to legal at New Amsterdam to try to help these people. Long story short, we see that he comes up with a wonderful plan about getting the people to actually buy the building more so than anything, so if they have to getting a mortgage on the building for their individual apartments so they can actually fix it up themselves and not have to pay that money to the building owners, and they'll eventually become they're owning it themselves. You know what I'm saying? He kind of talked them into a hole because New Amsterdam is going to give them the loan to actually do it. And I was like, New Amsterdam is like a bad hospital, man. I'm just being real. They going all out their way to help these people. But like Floyd said, it's a tax write-off. In the long run, they eventually are going to get over because, the people are coming to New Amsterdam for so many reasons. But that's not the only thing Floyd is dealing with this episode, because he learns the nurse's name this episode, which just happens to be Gabrielle. And old girl is bad. I'm going to be 100%. Old girl is fine. But we see that Floyd finds out that she's a travel nurse, and he doesn't really want to get involved with her anymore because she travels, I'm assuming. And at the end of the episode, we see them kind of interacting with each other, and she kind of asks Floyd, is he still wanting to go on this date or get drinks or whatnot? And he's not really feeling it because she's a travel nurse. And then he tells her, I'm pushing 40. I thought I'd be a little bit further along in my life, maybe the kids, the wife. But old girl gives him a different perspective. We have 8 weeks together. Who knows what can happen in those 8 weeks? You just have to take that leap of faith, man. So maybe Floyd can get him a wife, a girlfriend, or something out of this relationship by the end of this series, hopefully, because he's been trying ever since the beginning. So hopefully Floyd will end on a high note. Now, this episode, we also see that Bloom and her sister have kind of hit a rift because Bloom has yet to tell her sister that she's sober. She's keep going along with this charade about her drinking and popping pills, and that's not what she's doing. Every time her sister turned her head, she pour it out or whatever, just so she'll think that she's actually drinking it. Now, we know why Lauren is there. She's there trying to, I feel like it's more so for her, but she's also trying to help her sister at the same time because their mom messed them up so bad. But Bloom never really told her sister, and her sister actually found out that she's sober. 3 years sober, in fact. And everybody tried to tell her that she should have told her sister from the jump, but she didn't. She tried to kind of rebuild their rapport a little bit, and it was going good, but the moment her sister found out that she's been lying about it, their whole relationship kind of shattered and broke because it was on a rocky foundation, when Bloom came back into her life. And I kind of feel bad for Bloom, but also at the same time, it's kind of her fault because I know she wants to repair their relationship. She wants to fix it and everything, but she should have been honest. Everybody told her from the jump she should have been honest. But we'll have to see how it goes. But as of right now, it's definitely rocky, and her sister just left to get high. I kind of feel bad for Bloom, though, man, because she really was trying, but the lies is what separated everything. Let's talk about Max this episode. Max was doing his thing yet again, but we see that Max has to take on a case this episode because, be a crusader, and normally that works for him. But this episode, it didn't get him anywhere because this one particular nurse was charged with murder because of the little machine, that handles, the cart medications, and, in the room, it kind of locks it, and then they enter it in, and then they kind of can override it, and then they can open it and get to the medicine. So people can't just come in and just steal medicine from the hospital. Now, that machine locks, and you can override it if you need to. But one nurse in particular gave this patient some medicine, and that patient died, and the city charged her with murder. And I kind of feel sad for that lady because all nurses really want to do is just help their patients. Nurses and doctors, their patients is their priority. But like Max was saying this episode, if the machine is malfunctioning, there's not much you can do. And long story short, the lady took a plea deal. Max tried to fight for her, and he was trying to talk to some of the other nurses because in a similar situation, someone else now has a lifelong problem and is going to need a new kidney eventually because this other nurse didn't want to give her the medicine because she was afraid of going to jail. And it led to a lot more problems. But at the end of the day, Max did kind of resolve it a little bit. He gave them the ultimatum, you can quit or not quit, but our patients are going to come first. And I'm happy that everybody decided to stay because it doesn't matter if they do or it doesn't matter if they are going to charge them or not. We're going to put our patients first because that's how it needs to be. You can't worry about the fear of going to jail because these people's lives matter. They're trusting the hospital to take care of them. So the nurses and the doctors are putting those patients first. And I think that's the exact way they needed to go. We also see this episode that Iggy is out in the woods with these kids, and I feel like that was the highlight for me. That was the moment where it was really enjoyable. They were kind of zoned out while they were on the bus, on the van, on their phones. But Iggy decided to take their phones so they can enjoy nature. They can enjoy some oxygen, the trees, the colors in the forests, until he put their phones in a bag, left them in the van, and they just got lost in the forest. And then, this ain't fun anymore. But it was nice because I feel like sometimes we do kind of get lost in our technology and in the internet and our phones and everything like that. So to actually take a break every once in a while to give yourself a reprieve is not a bad thing. And that's what Iggy was doing with those kids. And we see they actually had a pretty decent time until they got lost. And even after they got lost, they weren't panicking or anything like that. They just were able to handle the situation that they were in until that one kid was like, ding, ding, ding. What is that? Is that a bird? No. That's a bird. Yeah, that's all it is. He had his iPad the entire time they were lost in the forest. These last couple episodes were fantastic in my opinion. It reminded me of classic New Amsterdam, and I'm not mad at that. We get to see a little bit of everything, and it didn't really kind of take away from anything. You know what I'm saying? Like we weren't focusing on some big major thing that's going on in society or anything like that. Not to just, turn a blind eye to some of that stuff, but that's not what I come to a TV show about. You know what I'm saying? This is a medical drama. Give me my medical drama and my important parts about my main characters' lives. That's what I want to see. We even see Wilder this episode. She really didn't do much this episode, in my opinion. She was there for Max, in those little moments. But, that's about it. Kind of sad, because I love my girl Wilder. This is what incredible. Don't forget to smash the like button. You can't smash any more. Comment down below, and I'll be sure to respond to each and every one of them. And subscribe. Peace out.
I cannot complain because today, I'm doing my